Hey everyone, it's Darren Benton again with Performance Motorcoaches. No, it's been a few weeks since we've done any videos. I apologize. We've been extremely busy with our friends at Show Hauler taking a coach up to the Hershey RV show. We have still yet to do a video of that, but that will be coming hopefully this weekend, and that coach is available. That'll be done in Texas. But back to the Renegade. So this is one of our very first 2025 Veronas. Now, we have always typically sold more XLs, classics, larger coaches, but we do sell some Valencias and some Veronas. I wanted to kind of schedule a few things throughout the summer for these to start arriving a little bit later in the summer. A lot of our people are incredibly busy over the summer, and we just don't see as many people buying versus we did a lot of deliveries this summer from ordered coaches. So we are proud to announce this is available. This is the VRB, so it's essentially a bath and a half. It does have the optional bunk over. The paint scheme on it is propulsion, which is grays, silvers, which I think is a really common theme you see in a lot of paint schemes out there on the market. It stays relatively cool in comparison to some of the darker units. Now, anything built in the last year or so is the Plus chassis. So you can tell up here, the grill looks a little bit different on the Plus chassis. And then the only other really telltale on the Plus chassis is the intake's a little bit different. So similar to your Cascadia. So those on the exterior is what's different. There's a huge difference on the interior. Quieter doors, door panels, dash, everything just got a little bit better on the M2. Essentially the sheet metal really hadn't changed since 2002. So nice to have the upgrades on this. Also for 25, they stopped doing the chrome bumper and just did a painted bumper. Kind of everybody might have their own preference on this. It ties in. We do a lot of blackout packages where we powder coat the bumper black, so not a problem to do that. We carry all the plastic to black them out after the fact to the dealership. We don't bring them in from Renegade because we can do it for far less, and we can offer a lot more options. So that's typically why you see in most of our couples coaches, we try not to do a blackout package. So still front entry. This floor plan I think has been out for 6 years now. It's just gotten better. Cabinetry, the compartments have always been extremely high grade. Samsung smart TVs with sound bar. The combined storage compartment, I think that was in 23 when we first started to see that. It does have the hydraulic slide on the other side. It does have the 3/4 pass-through underneath here as well. You'll see some fuse panels and some Swintech controllers in those compartments. It's a little warm here in northern Indiana. It's really warm here in northern Indiana, so got the generator going to keep us nice and cool inside. So 20,000 pound hitch on the back here, which has been standard throughout the years on the Verona product. Good for pulling large trailers. This is definitely a great first or second time coach buyers experience right here with it being the bath and a half and good colors inside. Now, so your transfer switch and cord reel are located in the right rear. 8K generator will be standard all the way across the board. Valencias, Veronas LEs as well. Nice clean wet bay. Does have the seat level monitoring, which was a huge improvement from what we've had in years past. So like the old school KIBs were just a little aggravating and annoying. So nice to have that in the product. Upgraded water filter as well. And this does have the water hose back here. It's just kind of hidden back in there. So unfortunately, it's not an option to do any kind of a bed liner on this compartment. Maybe next year, but definitely the LE and up, it's an option. 275-gallon waste tanks, so your gray and black here. There's not a macerator pump located within the compartment. We can easily add that at the dealership. We stock those all the time. Aqua Hot, which the 250 has been standard in this product since I believe it was 2020 when they went from propane over to the Aqua Hot. We've had decent luck with the product. The nice thing is we've got some really qualified techs there. This is a later generation that seems to be far less problematic than some of the first generations we saw several years ago. I think COVID probably had a little bit to do with that as well. A little bit, faulty thermostats within that, but we've had pretty good luck in the last, I'd say, year and a half, 2 years. So 2,000 watt Xantrex inverter. We do have a solar controller back there. I believe this coach has 3 200 watt panels. We do have 3 of the 100 amp hour lithium batteries, chassis batteries there on the left. Dual 50-gallon tanks on the chassis itself. They're both saddle tanks here. You can see just a little cleaner, nicer dash. The seats, they still are using their RV seats. It's, you know, they're turning pedestals. I don't like having the controls so far down here. That's the reason why you see so many people upgrade the seats on the Veronas. So that's something we always have in stock as well. So if anybody wants to upgrade it, is what we are normally used to there at the dealership. So let's jump inside. We'll roll some slide outs out. Get some of these closed. Outdoor TV as well, all dual pane glass. So still a very usable coach, front to back. You can get to anything you might need to get to your theater seat set there, TV. Let me go ahead and get it open, but I always like to show what you get in the coach. Front slide. So it is hydraulic slide, so that'll be relatively quick. Normally a little bit faster, it probably just needs to bleed some air out. But it's nice to have that. Not that we really had any issues with that slide in the past. And the rear will be a Schwintek. Generally the smaller Schwintek slides, to me, are the most reliable. And Renegade has worked closer with Schwintek to make sure we have the appropriate motors within the wall systems. So this is Athens interior. I was kind of, I hate to say, shocked by the cabinetry. I knew that they were going to dovetail drawers, so I was really happy to see the dovetail drawers. So throughout all the product lines from Renegade, you will see the dovetail drawers, nice soft close. But to me, this is Cape Cod, but it seems glazed. What does my assistant, what does my boss say? It's a glazed look. It's a clean look, so I believe that, I think it'll be well received. I'll have to do a little bit more research, but to me this is a glazed look, like they stained it with the Cape Cod and then ran another glaze on top of it and then wipe it down, because you see some your corners that look a little bit different. It's a good classy look to it, but not the same as what you would get in the Classic and XL. That's just a true stain. There's no glaze to it whatsoever, but it's still a really nice cabinet. All maple cabinetry throughout, so very nice, just different. Just didn't expect it. They did this guy, which was a nice little upgrade here. So this guy will pull out here. It goes in there, and you can chop up all of the vegetables. Slap chop doesn't have a thing on this guy right here. So very cool to have that. Just more extension of your countertop as well. Nice little setup to be able to house this. I don't like gadgets unless you can give me a home for my gadget. So I was really glad that they came up with a home for the gadget. And they have rubber there so it doesn't bang around while it's driving up and down the road. You put a lot of spices, a lot of hominy, a lot of coffee in there. Open up these just so people can see. Try not to bore everybody to death, but really large drawers. It does have the induction cooktop. It is recessed, and then you have these guys right here. Nice stainless steel sink. I think they started doing that 2 years ago instead of that solid surface that got stained continually over and over and over. Samsung fridge there again. The first refrigerator we've had die on us was just the other day. Apologize for that. But we've had pretty darn good luck with the Samsungs. With storage overhead. So what I like about this floor plan is it kind of gets your, almost all the other floor plans they do. You got a TV up there. It's above it's okay, but it works. But to me, this is more conducive to being a couple's coach, sitting right here, mid-coach have this nice TV area that just, I think, feels more home than a TV above the entry. So this is one of our first VRBs. I don't know why I have not paid more attention to this floor plan, because it's definitely a winner in my opinion, with being bath and a half. And what do you think? You like this? You like this right here? So our good boy Winston can sit up there and watch while everything's going on. But open this. So, do people want to upgrade these things? You might want to, but it's far better than what we've had in the past. They are making strides in the furniture, but it is comfortable and it's really big, and I was shocked at how big this is. I believe I could probably prepare a meal on this right here. I could prepare an entire meal on this guy right here, and we got USB and USB-Cs there as well. Nice window to look out down the side. Come here and show you the pantry. It's not a pull-out, so electrical down there, but you do have some decent space up top. It does have the Vega Touch. They even didn't know that they did the Vega Touch, so basically it's a remote monitoring instead of just Bluetooth. If you have internet on board, you can basically do everything on the Firefly on the go from far, far away. Washer dryer. Just glad they use this little bit more advanced hinge right here. Even on this side, kids, good job on using the little bit more expensive hinges, so I don't feel so confined in here doing the laundry. So glad to see that. Still have an access panel underneath. I'll bebop over here into the mid bath. Nice big sink right here. Big hands. Get in there and not feel like I'm working out of a teacup. So nice layout here, and of course the old toilet, plenty of room here, way with the neighbors, but nice mid bath here with a fair amount of room. Come back here to the back. So it's kind of strange, we get people that inquire about doing like customized floor plans. If you look at the, almost everything we sell, it will have a closet slide. Now, you get a bit more room here with the closet slide. Now, what you give up is these monster cabinets that go floor to ceiling, and people have a tendency to forget that. And I think as time progresses, people will probably go back to a fixed setup like this, because by the time we put this on a slide out, basically this has to get this big right here. Everything gets smaller. You gotta have a trim, so everything just gets smaller within a slide out. And it's just another thing to potentially break. I like the setup right here. The only downfall that you generally get is a 75-inch long bed. Now, I could be wrong. Yep, definitely 75. I wish it was 80, so I guess I can hang my feet out. I'll have to make sure that I go to sleep with socks on. But you can push your head all the way up against. If it's anything like this, when the dogs sleep with us, we're gonna sleep like this anyhow. So we don't really need 80 inches. Control overhead here, which is nice. Some reading lights. We do have the water below the bed. The water tank and the water pump is all underneath here. Comes time to winterize this guy right here. That's what you use. Evacuate the water, pretty simple as well. It's a very simplistic operation. And you do have your hydronic register underneath the bed. A little bit of storage here on each side. Put your playing cards on each side of the bed. Phone chargers. Small items there. But you can put your Stanley Cup right on top of this guy. You got all the room for the Stanley Cup. Let me open up these just so you kind of see what we're dealing with, and I'll quit boring you guys with these. But guess what? Looky there, dovetail. So I don't know. I noticed I believe this is still maple, and maybe they're using, I hate to use the term seconds, but normally you don't see any veining or anything like that. I think that's actually a pretty cool look. Maybe that's Maybe they were able to do that and lower the cost a little bit by doing the dovetail, but I think it's really cool. It didn't, I mean, I would just soon every drawer have that just for some character. So come back here, I notice, always make sure it clicks, kids. Don't forget the click. So they did a little bit, you know, this reminds you of like a spa here. So this guy does go up and down. You have decent room in here, not as much room as in the larger product, but kind of classed it up a little bit with this, and just know that if you're in here, I can still pick up the soap. I can get down there. I can get to wherever I need to get. And as previously stated, don't forget the click. All convertible shelving there. You got some decent storage. I'll be bought back in here so you can kind of see the old sit test, but room there. You got the toilet paper holder inside there so you don't have it on the wall. But good storage. Nice to be able to put some linen and whatnot back in this area. I do have the Max Air fans at both bathroom locations. I'll come back around here. As like I said, just very open flowing. You do have the dual pocket doors on this side. Technically they're not pocket, but you do have some isolation between each and every area here. But all in all, a very clean look inside and out. This coach will be headed to Texas, so it'll be available. It's on our website, pmcrv.com. If you have any questions, give us a shout. We're going to work hard to try to have some of these, you know, typically in the past we've kept all these units in the back. I've got my little treasure chest in the back with all my Renegades and show haulers. So working hard. We got a new fabulous sales guy there that I've got a lot of trust, a lot of faith in. Try to have these things more readily available up in the showroom for everybody who wants to come out and see these things versus kind of crammed back in my little war chest in the back. So always appreciate you guys watching these videos, have just a little bit different insight. Let me know what you guys think about the cabinets. Much different. I really want to know what everybody kind of thinks about that, and I'll try to do some more research so I'm a little more educated on what the heck we're doing on the Veronas versus the other product. My only fear is when my customers see this, they might want that on something else, and sometimes the lines get blurred going from factory to factory, but cool to see it. Make sure you guys always tune in, like, tag, and subscribe.